Okay, we are recording. Hey, we're not live. Oh, welcome to channel 27, guys. Restriction week number 2. Heidi and Jenny here with channel 27. So what we decided to do today was we picked some charts. We're gonna do some rod questions. We're gonna do some charts. Jenny is full-time back doing readings. So Jenny, why don't you tell everybody how to get a hold of you and stuff?
So my website is jennymoonstone.com. You can also find me on Facebook. And so, yeah, that's right, Heidi. I stepped away from the professional world and I'm now doing readings full time. I'm really, really excited about it. I've been recording all new content for my channel on YouTube, which is entitled Jenny Moonstone. So I'm really, really excited about that. Also, Heidi and I have some like huge, shocking things like in the works, and we're both super, super excited about it. I don't know how either one of us is going to keep our mouths shut about it because we're looking, I think it's like a month away, but we're really, really pumped. So tune in. You're not even going to believe it. It's not what anybody is expecting, and it's like mayhem and madness. I'm so freaking excited about it.
We are excited. Jenny and Heidi will be, what do we say? What are we?
Well, we can't give away locations, like all, because let's just
Jenny and Heidi will be not sitting here with the screens.
Right. No, we're gonna take it live on the road. Well, maybe not live, but we're definitely taking it on the road.
We will be on the road. You will have a full weekend of Jenny and Heidi fully broadcasted 24/7.
Can you believe it, you guys? Like we're
way more excited than you. Relax, but it is
for real. It's just us.
Full weekend. It is, yes.
Heidi asked my husband herself.
I did.
She said, can I take her?
I did.
I can't believe he agreed to it, but this is like super, super awesome. We're very excited about it. All right, so today we're gonna do our readings. We're gonna do some rod questions, but we're also gonna be a little bit silly because it's kind of one of those days. Like I'm in a really like silly, giddy mood. I've been like talking to myself in the house, like telling jokes to myself. Do you ever do that? Like I'm like, oh my god, I am so funny. I wish I could just like hang out with myself. I guess I do.
You do. I don't do that actually because I don't.
Do you have inner dialogue like in your head where you talk to yourself?
Oh yeah, I definitely talk to myself, but I don't tell myself jokes.
Oh, wow. You should try it sometime. No, because then I like save them up and then like test them out with my friends.
But if I watch something funny, like I'll laugh about it really loud and talk to myself. Like if I watch
you're like, oh, I can just
really hard to make me like really laugh hard. Like for me to like really laugh and find something funny, like it better be funny.
That's like unreal because I'll laugh at anything at all.
Jenny and I are 100% different, but very similar.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. But like earlier today, I sent Heidi a picture of a filter. I found a picture of Heidi on Facebook and I morphed it. I put it through this filter and it made, it translated what she would look like if she were a man. And would you believe she didn't even respond? It was message seen and that was it. It was crickets. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's the funniest shit.
I said, who?
Oh yeah, she's like, who is that? I was like, how do you not recognize yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna show everybody what Jenny sends me. Okay, this is what I get from Jenny. Not do I get like oh hey, let's do this, or hey this. She said, this is what you look like as a man. Okay, effing hot. Okay, but first of all, I didn't know that it was me because I don't think it looks like me at all.
It looks like you if you were a guy.
For my tranny troll out there, you might really like this. Really like this. Here we go. Look at this. There is Heidi as a man, guys. Watch out.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's like if you had like a twin brother or something.
He kind of looks like one of my exes this first guy that I dated.
He looks very Italian.
I don't think he looks Italian at all. I think he looks like Russian.
Oh my god, my eyes are watering so bad right now. I'm having a crisis.
But I will have to say, guys, before we get all funny, okay? All right. Let me tell you what I don't find fun and funny. Text messaging. All right. Text messaging, messages. Okay, I can't. All right. Messengers. Okay, if my parents heard me say this, like they would fall off their seats. Okay, because I literally.
Eye makeup right
Do you want me to pause it?
now. No.
Okay. All right. So while Jenny's missing, I'm that's so great. So the thing about Heidi, all right, if my parents heard me say this, and when I was 12 years old, the only thing I wanted was a cell phone. Okay, the only thing, and all I did was text people. Before you could text, I had pagers. I was sending like messages with pagers, and I'm gonna tell you, I absolutely hate texting. Like I hate it so bad now where, and my phone is so obnoxious when it rings. It sounds like a boxing match. Okay. Cause it's on that ring. It has to be on that ring. So I listen, so I hear it. Okay. So why I get so like, I'm so short on a message. Please do not take it offensively. Okay. I am just not a texter. You're never going to get a nice big warm and fuzzy response. Ask Jenny. Jenny, will you get a warm and fuzzy response from a Heidi text?
Never.
Thank you. Jenny knows, like she does, I call them the Jenny Moonstone text. She texts me more than once, one line, and it goes beep, beep, and it starts dinging, it dings, and it dings. And I say, call me. Jesus, okay? Can you just call me? And that's what I say. Because I can't, guys, if you knew, I'm in real estate. I have a full-time real estate career, okay? All that happens on a daily basis is I have to answer my phone. You have no idea what it's like. And then the telemarketers, okay, that are calling from these weird, crazy numbers, all right? I can't express to you the amounts of how much I cannot stand communicating via text, via messenger. If I don't respond to you on a messenger, it's not, please don't take offense. And please, for the 80th time, do not post on my Facebook. My Facebook is I use it for work too.
That's a really important one, you guys. Like you can't.
Yes, last night.
Fine, but not Heidi's.
Look, you can post my channel, all right? But do not tag my name. I'm asking you, because I'm going to have to either erase Facebook and block everybody. Now we got a new business. Every time this happens, I have to block somebody because last night, this person tagged me. She was trying to be nice, trying to be helpful. I get it. She's trying to help, blah, blah, blah. But what people don't understand is you see, I don't text anything on Facebook, Instagram, none of that shit. There's none of that. I tweet occasionally. My Twitter account, which I don't even know how to tweet if I'm doing it right. I don't know how. So like, you guys have to understand, I'm just not that type of person. You're not going to get a warm and fuzzy chit chat from Heidi. I'm not that person. I will never be. I was like that when I was 12, 14, till some men sabotaged me. No, I'm kidding. No, but now it's not even that. I just literally hate it. Like, cause my phone is nonstop. If you guys knew how much my phone rang throughout the day, you would have a heart attack for me. It makes me shake when my phone rings and when I get text messages, when I'm in a grouchy mood. Okay. So please, I'm asking you. And half the time I'm in readings. Okay. So when I'm in readings on my phone and the messages are coming through, it's so disruptful. It's like, because you guys, please understand, it's not like I'm sitting around eating freaking bonbons, like having fun. Okay. I literally go to all day long, all day. And then I come home until I go to bed. It's readings. My days off are readings. I have not been out in over a year. Okay. It's been like crazy. So I don't even have a time to so I don't have a free 10 minutes to even say hi. My family doesn't even get 10 minutes. Like, it's so bad right now. So please understand, I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm not trying to be mean. Just please understand and be respectful. And don't text me.
And don't text me ever.
Yeah. You can text me if it's like, and just keep it to one line. Don't be blowing up the phones. All right.
Yeah, only I'm allowed to do.
So, and I yell at her. She will tell you, I yell at her. It's not like she gets a free pass here.
Right. Well, sometimes I do, but we don't have to tell anybody that. If you don't want anybody to know that, fine. But I do get a
You
free
still get yelled at.
I get yelled at. There's no way around getting yelled at. Okay, so wow, like
That was so
like
funny.
my eyes won't stop watering. I don't know why. Like I don't know. It's like an allergic reaction or something. But anywho, I say we jump into these readings.
No, aren't we going to talk about other things first?
Oh yeah, like Q&A. You want to do a Q&A?
Yeah, we're going to do some Q&A.
Well, what I wanted to do was ask Heidi like what one of her pet peeves was, but I think she just let us know she really hates to be texted.
And then I really hate if I don't respond the comments I get.
Oh right. Oh yeah. I get that.
You guys don't understand.
Often,
You don't understand like the people what they say. Like it's just so crazy. Some of the stuff like the emails we get, the messages, why do I keep calling them messengers?
I don't know. You're having one of those, when you add a letter to drowning, you say drowning.
I do. Yeah.
No matter how many times that you're corrected though, you don't care. You're like, it's drowning. And I'm just
drowning. Yeah. It's drowning. It's the Heidi language. And another that's like there's some weird shit going on in the astrological. It's a Mercury retrograde, a Jupiter retrograde. It's in Pisces. Then we've got Mars about to go retrograde, Saturn about to go retrograde. I'm telling you guys, this is when people can't get their speech correct. I'm finding it really hard to like say what I'm trying to think. Like I'm thinking it, but it's hard for me to get it out what I'm trying to say. Are you feeling that, Jenny?
I don't usually have that problem. I've been lucky with that. I have a really easy time articulating what's going on in here and just making it come out. But in terms of like Mercury going retrograde,
I mean, yes. Are you feeling it?
I mean, I got pulled over. I mean, I got a ticket. I couldn't talk my way out of this one either. There was no talking my way out of this one.
My car blew up.
Yeah, Heidi's having car issues, traveling, communications, logistics. These are the things that take a toll during an astrological alignment like this. So it is something to just keep in mind, when you're talking about traveling or, going on some kind of trip or undertaking some kind of a project that requires all your technology to work. Just keep in mind, take your extra precautions, bring your extra battery chargers or whatever you have to do, an extra gas can or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and honestly, it's so crazy. So what I do with these transit scanners are on, police scanners are in full force because I always check this stuff. And I mean, the accidents and how many people have you seen on the side of the road, like stranded with flat tires and stuff? It is so like this one is a doozy. Like this is a really bad one because
Why are we laughing?
I don't know. It's not even funny, but like because I'm so stressed out. I have $5,500. My car blew up, so I had to make a decision. Here's a great Mercury retrograde story. All right, so I called a friend a few weeks ago, and I said I had that feeling. My car's about to bust. It's getting ready to go down. It's going down because I have a 2010 Denali. It has 181,000 miles on it. I got it brand new, so I don't have a car payment. And I like it because it's big. I like big trucks, big cars. Okay, and I've drove it. It gave me like minimum problems whatsoever. Knock on wood until now. But I had that feeling like it is about to blow. Like I just knew it. So, called my friend. He says he's going to sell me his car, changes his mind. Then he says yes, all in the meantime, within these 3 weeks, okay? And then the deals were getting ready to get started. Boom, car blows up. Heidi's in a rental right now as we speak. Car's in the shop. Now I have to make a decision in like 5 days what I'm going to do, okay? This is where a Mercury retrograde is a real nice watch out, okay? So it's like, what the hell do I do? Do I race and get this car? And at this point, I got mad. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy another car. Because at this point, I was just annoyed because I felt like, but it's not his fault. I get it, but I'm still mad. It's just Heidi. Okay. And because I felt like, okay, you said it earlier, and then we had to go through all these
Well,
shenanigans.
it's a huge inconvenience based on somebody's word.
Yeah. So then, so I'm sitting here in a rental, and I just said, screw it, I'm buying something else. Take my car to the shop to see how much, because it's not worth shit if it doesn't run and it's ticking. Okay. And now I need lifters and a car BAM or whatever the hell, a Saram BAM, a cam, something. Anyway.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
The story is,
I'll be right back.
now I have $5,500 that I have to pay. Engine's getting fixed. And now but see, what I didn't do was jump in and buy something, because I was looking at Range Rovers, I was looking at cars, and then I'm like, I can't just go buy something without investigating it. And usually I don't investigate things. I just jump in. So this time I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some better decisions. I'm going to get this damn car fixed. At least it's going to, don't have to make a decision on the fly. That's where I'm at. So I didn't make a crazy decision. So, but I mean, look, now I have to pay $5,500 for a car. I have to decide what I'm going to do. So these are the things that will come up, and it's not just relationships. It is blasts from the past. All sorts of your exes will come back. All sorts of, just check your stuff. And like, because this one is triggering so many different things, it is a little bit more intense than the normal, because Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. You can't just stop then this weekend I wrote a deal, they canceled the next day. So it's like these types of things. So, it's really like not the most easy breezy time, and it just started. But there's other things involved in this Mercury retrograde, and other things involved with
I blame Pisces. I blame the whole Pisces thing.
You would blame Pisces. Why are you blaming?
You know what? Okay, sorry. I had to like fix that, because that doesn't happen. So it was just so weird.
Hey,
It's like,
well, why don't you talk about some things going on in your life, Jenny J?
Let's not say we did, H.
All right, that's about the most excitement and drama in Heidi's life.
Yeah. I have no shortage of excitement or drama in my life. Okay, so like, what's going on? What's going on? I really can't.
All right, you can't talk about the meeting you had yesterday either, right?
Oh, well, I can talk a little bit about it, but that is like really up there on the list of like.
Do not say anything.
What?
Do not say anything.
Well, I'm going to keep it clandestine for right now, because it is very, very serious. But I was able to get into contact, or actually reconnect rather, with somebody that has some very explosive information regarding the Parkland shooting. And to protect this person and to protect what it is that we're going to be doing, I can't mention who this person is, their relation to the situation, or any of that stuff. But it was a very emotional meeting. It was it was unexpected, in the sense that I gained intel that I was not expecting. I wasn't anticipating to learn what I did. And so with such an emotionally charged topic, what I wanted to do is take enough time for myself and for that person to organize our thoughts, and to compile as much factual information as we can, and be able to very articulately present it in a way that is going to make sense to people and have an effect. Because the Parkland shooting, we have not heard the end of it. Okay. I mean, the March for Our Lives protest, there was barely any mention of what actually happened. How did this go from 17 people being shot and killed to now our Second Amendment? They're trying to repeal the Second Amendment. I mean, they're really reaching here. This has been a huge stretch, and it's very uncomfortable and upsetting as a patriot and as a citizen to see this happen in the name of these victims. So we're not done with it. We're really going to rip this apart and take it apart, and hopefully present it to the public and show them a perspective that they have not heard before. You have not heard what I'm about to tell you.
Gonna be juicy.
It's gonna be juicy. Unfortunately, it's not fun, it's not exciting, but it is very important, and it is just mind-boggling, the truth about this situation. So that's in the works. That's what's going on. For me personally, on another note, and you asked me, what's going on in your life, I'm really, really happy that we are at the end of March, because March astrologically for me has been just a cluster of messy things and a lot of emotion. And for a Piscean like myself, it's really hard for me to override my emotional side with my mental side. Whereas Heidi is the exact opposite. She always allows her mental realm to override the emotional realm. So I'm really, really happy that we're almost out of March.
Let me say something to that too, though, because you would have thought Heidi would have been blasted with emotions, because my moon is in Pisces. Okay,
Right.
My moon is in Revenant. I should have been a shitstorm of emotions. I'm going to tell you, this is where astrology is. So I have this. My moon is alone. Okay, meaning there's nothing on either side, meaning it stands alone. So it's a particular yoga. So with me, so mine was more like, oh my God, I just want to curl in a ball and just hide. Like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to have to make any decisions. That's how I've been feeling. So
Right.
It's definitely hit me. It's gave me like an overload work of stuff to do and not enough time to do it. Like, it's really kind of been really stressful, but emotionally I've been fine.
Yeah.
So, and Jenny, this is hitting your ascendant. Like, it's weird because your moon is in Gemini. Emotionally,
Right.
So it's the air, it's waving around. And I see that when I talk to you, because I talk to Jenny a lot. So Jenny will just be like her mind is always changing.
But it's true. It's
right.
Definitely true. Yep. I had no idea how airy I was until I met Heidi. I thought I was all water, and she's like, no.
Yeah. And was I right though? I mean, you're like, yes.
So enough about us. Let's talk about the folks that we have that I believe they gave us their information.
Yeah,
and
so we have 42 birthdays. We're going to do them all today. Just
yeah,
kidding.
right.
I had to just give you a joke. That was a funny joke.
Oh, was that Heidi's attempt at humor? That was hilarious. Really.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. So now that I have 42 birthdays, over my probation period, okay, in the slammer, I will do these. We're going to do these. I'll pull from this list I have here.
Okay.
Jenny, you get to pick the first 5. So do you want to do Chill Villain, Stephanie, Nicole, Skies Above? You get to pick. Hold on, you one name out of here. Ellen, Qatar, James, Neil Clark, or Sky Shark?
I like Sky Shark.
I knew you were going to pick that
You did? You should have said something.
Oh, you're funny.
Because I really like sharks. And I really like the sky, too.
Oh, that was good. All right, so Mr. Sky Shark.
My second choice was going to be Ellen, just because of the way that you said Ellen. You, yelled it. Ellen.
Well, I was going to pick Ellen, so we'll do her, too. All right, okay. So Sky Shark. You picked the most confusing, so this person writes 1969, 144, okay. Master of Arnis, Callie, Naga, 7th child of Sandra Drake, part-time attorney.
Wait. What?
I don't know. There's a lot going on here.
Okay. That was weird.
But he said everything that he did. Okay. Sky Shark, you, gave up all of your information on here. So, okay.
Okay. All right, Sky Shark.
All right. Sky Shark didn't ask any questions either. All right.
That's fine. We'll just do a general reading.
All right.
How many readings do you reckon we'll do today?
5.
Okay.
here's the kicker. If we do your reading, you have to post at the bottom what you thought. Okay. And
Here's the kicker.
here's the kicker. Okay. You don't have to say who you are, your name, what birthday. Just say, you know, was it on or was it off? And then also keep in mind, this is a mini reading. Okay. So when you get full readings with Jenny and I, this is like me pulling up something on the fly. Jenny pulling something out of a magic hat. Okay. Using her intuitive, going off of basically air. Okay. And going with it. She's usually 100% spot on, you know, but it's for her to actually do readings. I know she likes the name. She likes to talk to you.
I like pictures. It helps a lot to see somebody's face. It's not necessary, but it does help a lot.
So with me, my readings are out an hour long. They're way in depth. I'm going to tell you about 1% of your chart. Why? Because you're live on YouTube and you're on YouTube. I don't want everybody's stuff going out there. So I'm not going to say things to make you feel uncomfortable, but I am going to say things so you know it's you. So, you know, that's going to be, that's how this works. So real readings. And last thing of, this is like a housekeeping video. Next thing, I need, like, please, if you schedule a reading with me, put your time. I need birth times. I can't do readings without times. Jenny can. Jenny can.
Yeah.
Jenny needs times. Heidi needs times. All right. I have turned down readings without times. And then I got to go around, do this like scallywagon of communication, try to figure out times. And it's just very strong. Please do not schedule a reading with me until you know your time. How you get your birth, what you need to do. You have to go order, if it's not in your birth certificate, it's because you don't have an original. So you need to contact the county birth records that you were born. You need to literally, the woman at the birth records told me this, you make a note and say that you need time for astrology, or they're going to send you another one, stamped, sealed, officialed, without the time. Because they don't go do the work and go in the back. They just want to print you out a new one. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why. It's like, because the records are in like some hidden box. So that's why. You have to write, you need your time for astrology. And you have to sound a little batshit crazy.
Right.
All right.
That's what we do. We sound crazy. We're crazy people.
All right. Sky Shark. 318.
Sky Shark is Pisces.
Name's John. Well, that's what you think he is. Don't be going on the Pisces until I say what he is. Okay. He thinks he's a Pisces, you know? 144.
All right.
Pittsburgh.
And Sky Shark did not provide a question, but that's okay, because in these situations, what we do is, or what I do is I pull more of a general reading. I really like to do the internal mechanisms and the external mechanisms. That's 2 cards. So once she plugs your information into her software, we'll take a look at what's going on.
Real quick, Sagittarius rising. As you see, you have lots of planets in Pisces, so you are very Piscean.
I knew it.
Sun, Moon, Rahu conjunct in Pisces, okay? So I'm just doing that real quick so you see. But you're a Sagittarius ascendant, Moon in Pisces, Sun in Pisces, okay? Now, why you're an attorney? Makes total sense. You have Mars in Scorpio in the 12th house, all right? Some of the best attorneys have Mars in Scorpio, period. And especially in the 12th house. So you're a good detective, you're a good researcher, you're good at analyzing things, and you want to know the truth, you want the facts. Your ascendant is in Mula. Mula is all about digging deep to the root of things, to dissect things and get to the bottom of things. And whether you were researching court cases, you're always going to be researching, okay? You have a lot of planets in Virgo too. You have Jupiter conjunct K2. This is I've noticed a lot of my friends who are in that kind of career field have a lot of planets in Virgo, because they need to be able to analyze things. They have to be able to look at documents and, you know, get all those documents, seek through documents and study things. You got to look at the things, what's off, what's here, what's missing. What is this? So this is a lot of Virgo. And you have K2 conjunct Jupiter in Virgo. That's the attorney. Jupiter is attorney. Jupiter's law. And it's in the nakshatra of Uttara Falguni. You probably work like a maniac. You have a Sagittarius rising. So you're the part of you could be tall, I'd be curious. But Sagittarius rising signs are, you know, very into usually Sagittariuses have this rap that they're into like very philosophy and all this stuff. Well, to a degree you are. But Sagittarius in the nakshatra of Mula is all about investigating things, okay, and investigating and digging deep. And there can be a lot of past life stuff, past life drama, karma from your younger when you're growing up. Your moon is in Uttara Bhadra Padra nakshatra. You are extremely practical, but you are 100% so mystical. You're like Jenny Moonstone mystical, which is very conflictual, I'm sure, as an attorney, as with Jupiter conjunct K2. Okay, so like you have this analytical side that is so about the facts and the details, but you're so intuitive that it's crazy.
It's like it's not conducive. One is not conducive to the other. So the Pisces, the fish, they're connected, but they're always swimming in different directions. And that is like the cross that Pisceans bear, is that we are swimming in a world of psychic energy, but we have no choice but to live in a 3D world that forces us to be practical and logical. And just as you were talking and we're tuning into this person's chart, I actually got hit with a really, really intense visual of a timepiece. And I say timepiece, not watch, because I saw it in, oh my God, something just fell off of my shelf. Like, no, not even kidding you. That was so weird. There was no reason for that to have happened. It was a piece of my daughter's artwork, just like sailed down. It's really weird. But anyways.
What was on her artwork? What did she draw?
It was her hand. It was a flower made with her handprint.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't put it up there like secure enough. But
I'm just thinking if it has anything to do with his chart, like as an omen, you know?
Right. Well, it is weird because during these readings where we're not on the phone with them, we're not face to face, and we're just going off of like some basic energy. It's rare that I get a visual the way that I did. And so I could hear like the tick, 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 tock, tick, like really, really like scaled down really, really low, almost as if I was like zoomed down, taken into the inside, the mechanics of the clock. So I know that's really weird, but that kind of makes me feel that draws me into the Virgo energy, where the Virgo is very organized and it's mechanical in the thought process and in the structure of it. So I just kind of see this guy like looking at his clock, looking at the time, looking at the clock on the wall. What time is it? What time is it? We got 5 minutes. We've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I have a meeting, this sort of thing. And it's kind of like a fixation with time. But I think he may also, there's a possible affinity for actual clocks or clockmaking or like watchmakers or nice antique clocks or things like that.
Another thing with, speaking of that, Virgos, yes, they love like perfection. So you have a side of you that wants this perfection. But I'm going to tell you, sometimes with the Virgo energy, they are their worst nightmare because they procrastinate because they know it needs to be perfect.
Right.
So they will like, they get paperwork at work and they're just like, oh, it's like massive anxiety because it's so much to do. And you know, when you get into it, it's got to be like, it's hours. Like when Virgo energy, do you have a lot of traits of this as well in your chart? You're not a Virgo, but I'm just saying you have 2 planets there. This is in your chart heavily. So, yeah.
Okay. So let's do an internal. If I see something that's like very.
So let me tell you what's transit wise so you can go off of that. How about that? Okay. So he's got Rahu in his 8th house of change, transformation. It could be money. It could be money that inheritances. It's control, surrender, manipulation, scandals, chronic illness, sex, endings. It's death and rebirth. There's Saturn in the 1st house. So definitely this is changing a lot of things about you. You have Jupiter in the 11th. It could be money and it could be good, but it could be an inheritance. You have K2 in the 2nd. I would say this is a lot to do with money, finances and stuff.
I feel like somebody may have tried to, like, I keep getting the word extortion. I feel like this person has had a lot of experience with people that try to compromise other people. So it could be clients, it could be in his own life. People have tried to catch him in things or trap him in things. But there's just this energy of like a high risk environment where you can't trust anybody. Everybody's really shady. And Rahu, ever since you told me that Rahu and Ketu are one demon that was cut in half, I haven't been able to get that out of my head because Rahu haunts my life. And
12th house.
in my 12th house, exactly. So all I see is Rahu with his big mouth, just rah, 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 just like chomping on my life. But so I'm thinking this person may have to work really hard to keep his impulses in check, because he is professional and he can't be compromised, and he's probably, if he can't he doesn't want to deal with a lawsuit, can't deal with this, can't deal with that. And money may be really important to this person. And it may not be, but it's more about energy and it kind of like how you're looked at by people, and you'll never allow yourself to be compromised in that way, or, labeled as anything other that's like unsavory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the internal mechanisms. So that's what's going on with you aside from the external things. And then we'll look at the influences. So things that are out of your control, things going on around you. What's his name? Real name?
John.
Okay. John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So internally, we have the Hermit, which is very appropriate and very fitting, considering for an internal mechanism, this is quite literally what this card is about internalization, introspection, meditation, letting your voice be the loudest voice in the room, and not literally, but being the authority in your own life. And sometimes this is about really wanting to be left alone, really needing to be left alone, taking time to be in your house, taking time away from, clients or away from friends and family, and really just kind of bringing it in, settling down. And then externally, we have the Six of Wands. Now, this is kind of interesting because the Hermit in this particular card, his back is turned away from the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands in general is the card of like upper hands, being at an advantage, having some kind of pull, some kind of strategic advantage over something or somebody. This is good. The Six of Wands is a great card. Because this is about, symmetry of willpower. So what I mean by that is when your plans come together and just things working beautifully. But there's kind of an annoyance with it where it's like you can get really sick of, oh yeah, things look really, gleamy and glossy, in the workplace, and the career is all fine and good, but there could be a feeling of emptiness there that just doesn't fill you up the way that you think it should, or the way that other people think that it should. And so it looks like this person's biggest influence is that this more spiritual side. It doesn't look, materialistic at all. It looks like something solid, which is, a spirituality, a solid kind of spirituality.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing I'm going to just say to you real quick is about your work balance and your home life. So I don't know if you're married or single or divorced or whatever it is, but if you are, sometimes there can be some huge imbalances with home life and work. So for instance, if you're working too much, then you will always, oh my God, I had lots of readings today. If you were working too much, like say you're miserable at home, you're trying to escape, you'll just go work. You'll work like a crazy person. All right. And this card came flying out, all tied up. So there's something going on in your life that's making you feel extremely like this. All right. So maybe you need to release some stuff, make some changes,
Well, that really makes sense, because the Hermit card comes up when you feel overwhelmed by your obligations and your responsibilities, and everybody needs something from you, and you've got deadlines, you've got people whose feelings you're suddenly now feeling responsible for. and you're like, no, like enough is enough. I'm not responsible for this or that. And it's like, just be with yourself and recharge. We can't just hermit forever. This is temporary. That's the thing about this, is like, we only can get these breaks in small doses. Unfortunately, we're all adults here, and we all have our responsibilities and obligations. But the hermit is a period of time where you're best left alone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So next, Ellen. So Ellen, oh God, we have your right time, I know, but here's the deal. If your doctor recorded your time of birth wrong, literally 1 minute changes your entire chart.
We just had this whole thing the other day.
And
I gave Heidi somebody's birth information, and I was like, tell me. And she was like, well, you know, you can't just guess at this, because 2 minutes makes the difference between a Taurus and an Aries, and that's a really big difference.
Yeah, you guys don't understand how important this is. So, and I'm going to show you, because there is a reason I felt like I needed to do your chart too.
Yeah, so, she yelled your name.
Like I did. I was like, Ellen. Ellen. Yeah, and I don't watch Ellen, so don't worry. Okay, and it's funny because your Uranus is at 13 degrees. 13.
What?
Uranus. And 1338 is the time I was born. It's interesting. Then you also have Moon and Rahu in Scorpio, conjunct emotionally. Okay, so, and if you are Cancer rising, which you're 29 degrees, literally 1 minute. 1 minute later, 1 minute. Boom, you're a Leo. You see? And I kind of can see the picture a little bit. You look blonde. You look like you have blue eyes. So I want to say I think you might be a Cancer. So I'm going to go back to pretending you're a Cancer, okay? Is Ellen a Cancer rising sign?
That was weird.
Ellen, a Cancer rising. They just are a little feisty with me right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I could tell right away. I was like, Heidi's rods are not in the mood right now.
They've not been in the mood for 2 days. Like, they've been really crazy. No, they were fine this morning, but sometimes.
Are you working them too hard?
Yeah, I think so. But I stopped them with me. Okay, so Ellen, for you, I'm gonna try to make this brief because we don't know your time. So you're extremely Cancer rising, Moon in Scorpio. You definitely are extremely emotional, okay? Extremely passionate about things. I'm a Scorpio rising, you're a Scorpio moon. So you don't act like me. You're nicer than me. You act way more pleasant. But the way you think is a lot like how I act, okay? So internally, there's a lot of psychologically analyzing things. It makes you a really good, could make you really good at analyzing things and digging for researching things. Like, you just want to know things. It's hard for you to trust people. And emotionally, just because you have a moon conjunct Rahu, there can be like some serious like ups and downs with emotions. Okay. So right now for you, you have a lot of positive things. You're a great speaker. You're a great coach. You're good with details. You're a perfectionist. You have all these great things, in your chart, and a good healer, all that stuff. Okay. But psychic, but then transit wise, you have Saturn just crossed over your moon and Rahu. So I would say the past few years were kind of rough, intense. All right. But now you have Rahu in your first house, changing things up. All right. So you have to be cautious for accidents because you have Uranus in the first house too. But for you, I would say, I want to see if you asked Jenny any questions here. So yeah, it isn't too late. Will I begin working on a resort and cabins in the next 6 months? Or what is the most important thing for her to know at this time? Okay.
We'll do both.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll pull 2 for the cabin. So she wants to know if she's going to be working at this specific location.
You definitely could move. You have Jupiter in your 4th house. That could definitely trigger a move. Rahu in the first, just from an astrological standpoint, I would say you definitely could move. If that's your ascendant. if,
I love specific questions. I can't even tell you guys how happy.
Don't you like this, that I did that for? I was all for Jenny.
Thank you. I really really appreciate that. It gives me something really clear to focus on, so that I'm not just, you know, 'cause with readers, everything's up to interpretation. And so it could mean the spectrum is so grand. What do you have? I can't even.
Definitely broken hearts, sadness, upset. Like,
Well, that's Moon in Scorpio.
well, of course,
Ouch.
relax though. Okay, relax with that. No, but
Saying, come on.
I would say too, this could be self-love. Like you need to, you know, be a little. And then the magician in the mirror. You're an alchemist of your own life. Okay, so you have some serious gifts. This card came up. That's my cards for you.
Okay, so when I looked at her question, will I be working in the resorts with and the cabins? I imagine that the cabins are part of the resort. So I have to say the two cards that I pulled indicate a no. But it's more about, because what I have is the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords, which is a card of interference, delays, red tape, logistics, things like that, that just kind of, they're annoyances, and they can really kind of wreck a plan, because the little details of a plan bring things into action. And so if all the little things fall apart, you know, that the whole plan can go awry. And what's interesting about this is that the Queen of Wands as an archetype, she's the kind of woman that has all of her T's crossed and her I's dotted. So she can handle everything. She's very organized. She's mother hen. She takes care of a lot of people. She has a lot of responsibilities and obligations. So what intuitively what this feels like to me is that there's so many things going on for you right now, that it may not be the right time, considering all of these other things that you have. I mean, the Eight of Swords, you know, eights also being about control and structure. It might be, it just doesn't look like it fits. But again, another thing to add is that the Queen of Wands is a very, she's great for coming up with creative solutions. And manipulate's not always a bad thing, but the Queen of Wands can work her way through anything. So it's not a hard no, but it looks like you're gonna have a hard time with that.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask the rods too to say, is Ellen going to work in these cabins in this resort? Jenny's right. So no. Is there a better opportunity for her and she may move possibly in the next 6 months? For Ellen.
All right. Thank you, Rods.
And then what else did she say?
And then she wanted to know what the tarot had to mirror for her. Okay, so that's easy. That's fun, because that just requires me to be open, for the person who's getting the reading to be open. Oh, Ellen. Ooh.
What?
Ace of Swords. So this is great, because the Ace of Swords has been coming up a lot for me lately. So that has forced me to take a much harder, more discerning look at the meaning of the actual card. So I'm really excited to explain to you that the Ace of Swords is doing the thing. It's doing the thing that you don't want to do, but you have to do it. But it's always, always for the best. If it wasn't for the best, it wouldn't be an ace. It would be like a 7 or a 5 or something like that, where there was more of a warning involved, or, you know, trying to highlight some problematic nature. But the Ace of Swords is all about no longer avoiding something that is just sort of right there in your face. It's always a challenge. It's always an undertaking, but it is always for the best. And so this is like some kind of a new project. It doesn't have a lot to do with emotions or finances. This is more like an idea or a mindset. It could be a belief system. It could be, you know, an example of this is like you started researching a conspiracy theory And all of a sudden, it's like you took your glasses off and you start to see things for what they really are. That's doing the thing. That's not easy. That's very uncomfortable, but it's extremely important. So that's what I want to tell you, is that it's time to do the thing.
Okay. So next person, this is what you got to focus on. This person is, I like what you said, long-time follower, never had a reading, would appreciate it. June 16th, okay? Doesn't matter, but.
I just dropped a card, but I can't get up because I don't want everybody to see my pajama pants.
Put it on pause.
No, I got it. I got it with my foot.
June 16th.
Heidi and I are both wearing the same color top and pajama pants.
And we did not plan it.
We never plan it like that.
Yeah, 16, 8.
So funny.
Okay, so the question for this person, it's a female. I don't know her name. Focus question: debt management. And this is, you'll like this one. And crazy, it's not funny. Sorry. It's just good. It's good. Debt management and husband's crazy ex. They kind of tie together. She kept us down in court for years with lies and false accusations. Court is almost over. Debt is not. Have a strategy to get out faster. Will it work? Okay, that's the question.
Okay. Damn. First of all, I'm really sorry to hear that. That sounds
so
awful.
Sucks. Exes are a freaking nightmare. And this is like, what did I say at the beginning? Bring back the exes. The exes like are in sabotage mode. So yeah, I hate to say it, but it's in the skies.
So we want to know, is the strategy that they have planned going to be successful?
Yeah.
And the goal is, I'm assuming, to get out of debt.
The debt, trying to get out. So I'll read it again. Focus question: debt management and husband's crazy ex. They kind of tie together. She kept us down in court for years with lies and false accusations. Court is almost over. Debt is not. Have a strategy to get out faster. Will it work? So, okay. I guess, yeah, that's what you kind of just said. These cities in Canada, they're such a nightmare. I wish Canada was not so complicated.
So I want to say yes. I want to say that the strategy is going to work. But what's interesting about it is that, like, I don't even see, like, it can't fail, because if you have some kind of a plan, that's better than no plan. And the only way that it would fail is if your marriage ended, is if your current marriage ended. That's just intuitively what I'm getting, is like, the money is going to be fine. This is more a question of, is the relationship going to be okay? Because finances are finances, but it can leak over into the actual dynamic between husband and wife. And so what I'm getting, I have the Empress, the Two of Cups, the 8 and 7 of Swords. This is where our problems come in. And these two cards are right next to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the ex. And so what we have her, we have the 7 of Swords, which is theft, lies, dishonesty, all kinds of slander. Slander is a big one. The 8 of Swords is interference. That's waiting 5 months for a court date. That's, the 7 a.m. meeting in front of the judge, and all this just nastiness, having to obtain documents and go through this and that. But I have to say that I see a really positive outcome, because I have the Lovers and the Universe. And the best, this is a really fabulous combination, because the Lovers and the Universe is all about taking your partnership and putting walls up all around it and protecting what you have, defending what you have from the outside. It's really about your tribe, being with your people. And what's funny too is I don't see any cards here pertaining to finances. This is all about mental stuff. This has all been more of a mind game thing than anything else. And the Empress and the Two of Cups does actually indicate to me that perhaps one of the reasons why this was so nasty was because There may be children involved because the Empress is the matriarch card. She is the mother. So this could be about, there could be kids involved and feelings that needed to be protected and things like that. Whenever there's kids involved, people go crazy. But I do feel like it's going to be successful because what we do have is the Lovers in the World. Anytime a reading ends with the world, or in my deck, it's the universe, I think that it's a positive outcome. There's nothing here. Because the Seven of the Swords and the Eight of Swords, this is here in the past position. So what you've been through, and kind of what you're currently going through. But when we look at the future, we have the universe card, which is definitely positive. It's completion. It's Saturn, which is structure. So again, if you're looking to get out of debt, Saturn can actually help you because Saturn is about approaching it from a very structured point of view. Having professional people help you, like someone that does this for a living. Maybe don't try to do it yourself. If you're not a math person. I'm not a math person. I could never. But
okay, and for me, you are 29 degrees of a Libra. The doctors recorded your time wrong. Same scenario. Okay. So I'm not going to go off of astrology because you are in a Rahu Dasha. And I'm going to tell you personally from astrology, it's pretty unpredictable right now. There's a lot of shakeups. 4th house, 10th house, moves, changes, home life, work, all kinds of things. Okay. So there can be. Now, what Jenny said, yes, there can be things absolutely that work in your favor if you're a Libra ascendant because you have the opportunity. You're kind of there's Jupiter's in your first house. I will say the anxiety is going away. Okay. But this card reversed means there is a delay in the plan that you think you have. So
that's the Eight of Swords. Too.
Yeah. So there can be a delay in what has happened. All right. Stop envying. You got to stop envying and worrying about all of it. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Send it up to JC, whatever you want to do. The hostilities, okay? Hostilities, there are still hostilities, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not going away. But it's funny because the card Jenny pulled at the end, the world. So to a certain degree, I will say it's the same thing. But I don't want to call any shots. Your chart is, you have 4 planets conjunct in your chart. There's a lot going on. So, this is some sort of karmic thing, I would say. And I don't want to, you need analyzed to talk to you about that kind of situation, so I'll just leave it at that. I will tell you that your moon is in Maga, Leo. You have a Leo moon, your ascendant. Oh, I don't want to say your ascendant. So you have a moon in Leo in Maga for when we do our nakshatra readings. Okay. So how many did we do? We just did. That's 3.
I think we're on number 3.
That was 3.
That was 3?
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 left?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I just picked them from my phone. Okay, so let's do this girl. She's the first one I see here. All right, this is Tiffany.
I like that name.
Me too, because I like Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I used to like her. And Saved by the Bell. That's the only show I watched was Saved by the Bell.
Oh God, that figures.
Let me tell you something. Do you know last night? So I get on these kicks when I watch. Last night I watched the Corey Feldman thing, the reverse. So this other guy that had the other people that were his opponents. Okay. So the bunch of actresses that were in that together, a bunch of people that were interviewed. Now you can tell this guy's extremely liberal. Okay, I shouldn't even say that word because it gets people all rowdy, but lives in California. He's in the acting scene. And, he's definitely one-sided, absolutely. But some of the points that he did make, I from day one, I looked at Corey Feldman's chart and it looks very similar to some of the people that he, so, and it's interesting because I never had a good feeling about him. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying what he said is false. I'm not saying that he brought attention to the issue, which that's great. So there were positive things that came out of it. But I don't know. I watched like 5 hours.
You can't trust him. I don't trust him.
Not at all.
I actually like made a public statement about, you know, acknowledging him and saying he was going to go down in history as a hero. And I retracted my statement.
You did?
Yes, I did, because of what I learned.
You learned things?
That's for another show. We'll do another show on that.
That's why you should watch our shows full time. We talk in the middle of readings. Okay, so this is 3/19/1. 12:56 a.m.
I'm so excited for our adventure. I'm a little bit nervous too. Like I'm a little bit like, well,
you guys, what we're gonna do? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
God, these people. Okay. Why do all of these cards? Okay, so first of all, Tiffany, why do all of these people have such low degrees? Okay, Sagittarius rising. Okay, what she wants to know is if outlook on guidance on dreams of starting her own business, and if anything comes up through regarding home, family, relationship matters. That's great too.
That's so many different things.
So, okay, guidance on her business. Okay, just go with that. Anything with starting a business. And then if anything else pops up in the middle of that, and I'll just do should I just redo a little bit of this first?
Yes.
Okay. Sagittarius rising, Nikshatra of Mula. There are some deep-rooted past issues in your life that there are lots of Sagittariuses today, a lot of Sagittarius energy, and I did a lot of those charts today as well. Sagittarius ascendant Nikshatra of Mula is all about digging deep, exposing things and removing what's not necessary. There's a lot of past, the god of Kali, so there's a lot of like exposing the truth, exposing the it's the detectives, spiritual detectives, very good at like past life, like people that help people go through traumatic things. They're very strong. They can do good counseling, good coaching. Your moons are to be a good matchmaker. Your moon's in Leo, all about using your creative self-expression. You can indulge a little bit too much. You could like to have a little too much fun, so you have to be careful with that. But then you have this Virgo side to you, Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in Hasta. Good with your hands, good palm. You could even be a good like reading palms. Really good healer. Hasta is all about healing. Now you have to make sure you don't let all that detective work get in the way of the psychic stuff, because you have 3 planets in Pisces. Like this looks, Jenny has this. Okay, Jenny has some intense energy like this in Pisces in the 4th house. So definitely mystical. Definitely, you know, things, you know, Uttara Bhattapadra, very mystical like the other person, and Purva Bhattapadra, Venus, and you have that, Jenny. So somebody's very psychic, can see things, and, you know, really, it's definitely good for that. You've got a lot of healing things going on in your chart. So if you want to make any business work, I'm going to tell you, when I had Saturn in my first, that's exactly what I did. And I was doing this, I was doing my other stuff, lots of work, but you're going to feel like a slave.
That's a dynamite combination, though, to have the ability to be analytical and to have that like detective side of you, but also be sort of straddling, you know, the psychic realms. I mean, that's so exciting.
And you have Capricorn and Sravana, which makes you a really good listener and you're a really good speaker. You're going to be shy a little bit. You're going to be a little introverted, worry about what you say. Sagittarius typically aren't, but you're going to be a little more, like, you're not going to be like me. Okay. You're going to maybe try, you're going to think things through, feel a little nervous, but once you get going, you'll be good. You know, you're like, because you can make really good speakers.
I'm going to do a card for business, a card for family and home, family/home, and then a card for romantic relationships, whether you have one or not. We're going to take a look at what's going on.
Hold on. We're going to pause this. My door's knocking real quick.
Oh, okay. I want to buy a ring light.
Oh, we're resuming. Okay, we're good. So back, sorry there, Tiffany. I like that name. My name would be good.
I do too. No, Tiffany's a really nice name. My friend, I'm friends with a Tiffany. She's really sweet and awesome.
I don't know any Tiffany's.
She's also like a conspiracy theorist like me. And we go to the Satan gym. And I walked into the gym and she was like, a bunch of people were like huddled around her and they were like filling out paperwork. And then she turned and I saw her face and she had the big swollen face. She broke her nose in 2 places during like the boot camp that morning. And I cried. Like, I was like, I know. I was like overcome with emotion to see my friend with her face looking like that. Because
I need to show you and send you a picture of me with my black eyes from softball. You will die.
Well, that's different. I mean, you were asking for it. I mean, I wouldn't cry for an MMA fighter who breaks his nose and everything. It was like my friend Tiffany, she just went to get a workout that day and a medicine ball smacked her in the face. And now and she's so beautiful. And it was just, I mean, she looked really interesting, actually. It didn't look bad. She looked like an avatar, if you've ever seen Avatar, because like she suddenly had no bridge of her nose. She was just 2 eyes and like,
that's
smiling. Funny. It was wild, but I cried. I was like, I don't know why I'm crying here.
So I broke my nose twice in a year. First, my dog, my boxer, my cute little dog, headbutted me.
Oh shit.
And then twice. I looked like, and then I had to go out in the public, and it's so fun going out with black eyes because
oh yeah, because then you can be like,
oh yeah, and I'm like softball, you know, like yeah, softball. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, you picking those quotes.
I've had doctors that ask me if my nose was broken. Because like, you know, when they look up your nose and I do have a deviated septum, I do. If you guys don't like it, someone can buy me a nose job. I'm not a person. I mean, I don't know. If you hate looking at my nose that bad.
What is a deviated septum?
Well, I guess the septum is, well, okay, so deviated means off track. So whatever.
Off track.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm like, yeah, but apparently it really is like broken or like deviated. And I don't know. My cage fighting days are over, so I really don't know. Okay. Business, family/home, and relationships. Okay, this is cool. So for the business, this is actually really, really solid because we have the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups, when we're talking about business or career or project, this is one of those cards that indicates that you have your hand in like so many different things, but you're having a hard time making a decision on any one thing, sticking to it and executing it. Because the 7 of Cups is a card of stagnation. It's the card of daydreamers. It's a card of fantasy, kind of la la land. This card comes up for me a lot because it means you can procrastinate a lot. You can have all of these great ideas and you have so many visions and so many things that you get excited about, but the problem lies within the execution of the idea, is you have to invest time, energy, and determination into one thing and do one thing very, very well. So you could be having a hard time. In the business realm of your life, there's some indecision. There's some wishy-washiness going on. But in terms of home/family, we have the Fool, which is really great because this is a lot about beginnings. It could be that you guys recently made some kind of a move or somebody got a new job or just something was refreshed. Something was born. It could be children, it could be a new animal, the things that come into our lives that sort of put us through a process where all of a sudden a few years has gone by, we turn around and we're like, oh wow, this is a new chapter. When did this happen? That sort of thing. Yeah. And then when we look at romantic relationships, because I wanted it to be specifically romantic relationships. If you're single, this is the 3 of Wands is about not settling. And this is also about what you have to give, because this is about your Wands being a card of passion and energy and willpower and fire. This is about not settling yourself down or not compromising that to suit anybody else, okay? But if you're in a relationship, again, this is also about not compromising, and sharing that fire, sharing that passion, and doing things together, working together. This card goes really, really well with the ace, the one, and the ace, the two, and the three of wands. Like those come in succession so much. And so this really is about teamwork and like getting the mind together, getting on the same page as your partner.
I'm going to say you need to, if you're stuck on somebody, you got to get them the hell out of your life. You're in a toxic relationship that personally I think you need to get out. And it's going to, maybe that's your hurdles.
Heidi is so stone cold, so hard.
I know it's blocking all your chakras. I don't know what these are, but I can tell you they're blocking your chakras. Okay.
Well, here's the thing.
Bringing you down.
The Three of Wands really is a card of integrity and not compromising. So if you're not living your truth, if you're in a relationship with somebody that doesn't match you or lies repeatedly or just brings you down, this is a card that will summon that it will make you be integral and not compromise yourself anymore, because that's what we do in relationships, is we compromise. But if you're not getting anything back, it's a waste. It's total dissipation. Uno más?
Mm-hmm.
I say Heidi and I play a drinking game next show.
Yeah.
Every time something happens, Heidi and I have to take a shot of something.
We should do that now.
I don't have any liquor. I haven't had any alcohol for like 3 weeks, like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And I feel like really good about it. I cut back on sugar. I cut back on alcohol. But we should definitely do a show where we take shots.
Speaking of,
every time someone calls Heidi,
I'm all about the pictures today. Okay, ready? Here, want to see this? I found that picture when you were talking.
What picture?
Of
your broken nose.
Yeah, look at my face.
Oh my god. Heidi.
Better start crying right now. Immediately.
Right now.
Start crying right now. Is that
not really my friend if you don't start bawling? That's so funny.
God, that hurts so bad. That was the softball smack. But I had no choice. I had to grab it. That's why I quit softball. Fast pitch. Or slow pitch. It was slow pitch, but I was playing with men that we rigged their bats. I was in a serious league. Remember I was telling you about that last show?
Yes. Can we do that? Can I play? I want to play.
We can join a short league for the weekend. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I wanted to say also I am getting back into MMA. Don't make fun of me.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Mixed martial arts.
Oh, that's good.
So a lot of people don't know this about me, but I wrestled in high school. Like actually wrestled. I was one of 2 girls that wrestled in at Douglas, and although I wasn't very good, it gave me a wonderful base to then move into jujitsu. So jujitsu is like one of my favorite things ever. And also stand up. Like I love Muay Thai. I love it. And I couldn't do it for so long because I had kids and it's very expensive to be a part of that. Those gyms are very, very expensive and it's taxing on the body. But I'm going to get back into it. I'm so excited. So you might see me with a broken nose. But Heidi won't cry. I doubt she'll cry for me.
Okay, so
her husband might cry though.
Christine Combs. Is Christine Combs? Will I succeed at the business I just joined for Christine? Will Christine succeed at the business she just joined?
I couldn't see it. What was it? Take the sharing off, the screen sharing.
Oh shit. Will Christine succeed at the business she just joined? Yes, but it's a slow yes. So I suggest, it's going to maybe take some time.
Right.
Could be. All right, you get to pick the last name. Do you want to do Velvet Sunflower, Lisa LaRosa? Ooh, I like that name. Fearless Bodie, Gregory Gutierrez. Oh God, sorry, Greg.
Oh God, sorry.
Nature's Way Glass, Samuel Estep, Shannon Scott, G Mason, Chillin' Villain,
G Mason. Because when I lived in Fairfax County in Virginia, I lived in what?
I'm just laughing. Would you, George Mason?
George Mason Drive.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll go there.
Shh.
I don't know where I live, Jenny. No surprise.
No, I know. I was like, wait a second. Heidi tells everybody where she lives. Okay.
Okay. G Mason. G Mason. No, 11-9.
Undercover. Undercover. We need a theme song.
36, 741.
We really do.
Knoxville. Okay, Jenny.
What?
Did we have any other questions we were going to talk about?
I think we're going to like ask each other stupid questions, but other than that, like today is about readings and being silly and funny.
Light show. This is a light show.
This is a light show. This is Heidi and Jenny light.
This is us light. Light, not live.
Light, not live.
It is so true. I'm so nice, so much nicer.
Oh yeah, like totally, because neither one of us is on edge. But we did gather today that Heidi and I, when we're live, we spend less time engaging with one another and more time scanning through the comments like crazy people. Like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Somebody better say something to me. Try me. Do it. Do it.
What is going on with all these charts today? Okay, you're not even 1 degree of a Scorpio. Okay, so what is this? The day of borderline. Every person today has been on that cusp of not just a cusp like your sun sign. Okay, your ascendant, and that's the most important part. So this is going to be a roundabout reading, just so you know. And it's funny who you picked. Okay, it's just interesting whose charts you pick and how that correlates. It's just amazing how this works. So Scorpio rising, maybe. Okay, you have so many planets in the 12th house: Mars, Mercury, Sun, Rahu. Okay, in Libra. Or this is a chart that I can't do much with because that 1 minute changes everything, and that's a lot of change. Okay, that's a big like lots. It's like investigator. I mean, there's something significant happened in your life.
Investigator or like art therapist.
I was gonna say prisoner. Okay.
Okay.
Prisoner. All right, maybe a little bit. It could have been, or an attorney, or you worked in a correction officer. But you have Moon in Rohini, this is all about money, and you have Jupiter in Kritika. So I'll say this: you're very focused a lot on security, stability, and being God, yeah, I can't do this chart because this is too unknown, and this is like one way or the highway. I'll say this: you're very optimistic, you're very creative, you like money, you like good things, quality versus quantity. You want to feel secure emotionally, you want to feel secure financially. That's very important to you. Lots of Taurus energy here, so there's a lot going on. All right, so that we got to keep it real. I just should get a reading. Like that's my advice. And you have the right time, so I know you have the right time. Everybody on here was good, but you would need to I would need to ask you questions. This is how readings need to be analyzed before. All right, so let's just say I'm going to take his chart from the moon on his transits, Chandra Lagna, and okay. Definitely, I would say this has to do with third house. Third house is courage, hard work, siblings, writing, signing contracts. So from the moon, you have Rahu in the third. What did he have a question? Let's see. Current relationship. It's funny. Current relationship advice from Jenny. How weird is that?
That is so weird. Yes. Wow.
Jenny, I'm going to tell you this. Saturn's in your 8th house on Venus. If you're in a relationship, you're going to know you're either going to deepen it and make it strong, or you're going to change. It's going to change. Something's changing for the next 2.5 years. That's from me.
Okay. Wow, how weird is that though?
That is so freaking weird.
I love it. I love how this stuff works. I really do.
Look, indecision reversed.
Oh man. Well, if indecision is reversed, and doesn't that mean that internally this individual probably knows damn well.
He knows what he needs to do, but he just needs to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of stagnation and circumstances and this and that. Okay. Please stand by.
Okay.
I have calluses on my hands from my cards. No, I do, because I'm forever like there. I like sleep with my cards. It's ridiculous. Okay. 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 Yikes. All right. And I don't mean to say yikes. I take it back. Yikes. It's not very nice or professional of me.
Well, no, that's the first thing that comes to you. So, like, you need to, you know, that was the first thing that it said. Like,
Well, okay. So we have a few cards here that indicate detachment. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Discs, and the Eon. So before anything, okay, because the major arcana cards give us our huge, the meaning, the overall meaning to everything. This gives all of this its flavor, okay? These cards mean what they mean, but these cards always represent karma and themes and just the real, what's really going on here. And this is all about self-discernment, honesty. This is always about things that are decisions that are life-changing, things that are that the time has come to sort of, you can't look away from this anymore. Let me see something here. So what we also have, the 2 of Discs, this is about change. This is about movement, okay? It's a snake shedding its skin. Again, so huge changes of the physical kind. So this is about health. This is also about the body, changes that take place in the body. We have 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is one of those cards that comes up for relationship spreads that indicate infidelity, or that indicate a third party of some kind, whether or not anything actually is going on. This is sometimes about my side, that person's side, and that person's side. Okay, so there's more than 2 people's sides at play here. There's a lot of perspective. And the 5 of Cups is a card that comes up in relationship readings to indicate some kind of betrayal. It's a detachment. It's a card of disappointment. What is it?
The devil, the Capricorn.
Okay. Yeah, and again, so somebody may have been, you may have had high hopes for somebody, or somebody had high hopes for you, and something happened. And that enacts changes. The 2 of Discs is a good card though for this, because this tells me that you're going to be okay. All of the emotional, mental stuff, these are symptoms of a relationship that is going through the natural changes. I mean, everybody goes through this stuff, but I don't actually get here. Let me get, and you know what? I'm going to do a clarifier card and do an outcome. Because what I can tell you right now here is that there's absolute change. There's a lot of negative emotion, a lot of hurt feelings. You could be missing somebody. Sometimes these cards, the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, this can come up when you're really, really missing somebody, or when somebody's really, really missing you, unfortunately. And it really depends. What's that?
Ace of Swords reversed.
Endings.
In a fast way. Right? Isn't it? Wouldn't it? Knight of Wands reversed.
Oh, ooh.
5 of Swords.
Wow.
This is ugly. Like, I'm just being honest. The 4 reversed. There's something, it's not good.
Well, right. I mean, there's a lot of negative emotion here. Somebody did something they weren't supposed to. There's a lot of anger. Like the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Cups. This is turmoil, internal turmoil. The moon in Libra.
And maybe you're worried about money.
Well, the Two of Discs is, in this situation, I also feel like the Two of Discs could be that need to be adaptable with finances, where it's like you may be stuck in a situation because financially it makes more sense to be in this situation, but your heart is elsewhere or your mind just isn't in it anymore. But I want to do a clarifier card. Oh my God, my light just changed. It's really weird. Hold on. I really want to buy a ring light for videos. Those things are so cool. It makes such a difference.
You made videos? How many did you make?
3 yesterday.
Really? On what?
To be disclosed.
Oh, okay. So you can't talk about it.
Well, no, I'll tell you when we're done recording, but I haven't posted any of them to the channel yet.
Got it.
Okay. Oops. Okay, so I have...
Next live show will be on Jenny's channel, guys. So make sure you're subscribed to her channel.
Yes, everybody please subscribe. Jenny Moonstone on YouTube. We're going to do some...
Jenny, once it ends, just post a comment and then I'll just pin your channel. So then people can just click on it. It'll be the first one that comes up.
Okay. Well, don't we have to wait for this to upload and then?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying for later.
So I wanted to give this person some clarification on this. Okay. Whenever we have the Two of Swords, again, this is a very non-emotional card. This is all about right, wrong, black, white, good, bad choices. Okay. This is about emotional detachment. So in this situation, this is about making a decision based completely on logic and not on feelings. So if it's time to separate from somebody, even though it might be painful, you have to look at the logistics of the situation. You have to look at the reality of it and sort of take your heart out of it. We have 2 10s that came up also, which always indicate a kind of like a transfer. So we go from 9 to 10, which is conclusion. And then after 10, we start all over again. We have another 10 cards to go before we reach the end of the major arcana journey. So with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Discs, this is the card of bottoming out, feeling done, letting go, enough is enough, just done, kill it, dead, right? Then the 10 of Discs is actually a really good card next to that card, because this could be about financial freedom.
Yeah.
This could be like, wow, it was a really tough decision. It wasn't easy to get to that decision, but you know what? I'm doing okay because I've got some cash. I've got some, a place to lay down. I've got this, and that. And this is even about being grateful for those things that you may have taken for granted, because the most important thing is your emotional health, your physical and your emotional health. So I really hope that helps, G Mason.
That's exactly what that indecision means, what you just said, Jenny. It says this card is reverse newfound freedom from indecision. You either recently made or just about to make an important decision. It's an important time. Bring clarity of consciousness to your new direction. The fragmented and confused energy that you've been sending out is gone. Now you can bring new structure to your plans in life. You may not have known what to do in the past, but your soul has been trying to guide you all along. Open up the potential of this time and create some clear and powerful intentions regarding a new choice. Let yourself move forward with powerful personal power.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys for watching. We have a lot of really great things coming up. I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes for my channel, getting ready to launch a ton of content all at once. So all this week I've been recording. So it's all going to get posted all at once. I'm really, really excited about it.
Good. That's so good. I didn't know you were doing that. That's
yeah. So
yay, that is good. Seriously, you needed to do that.
I know. I know.
I'm gonna do that. It's about time, right? But you have to do it on your time.
Right. Well, because I just stopped working full time. So now, I didn't waste any time. The moment I said goodbye to my day job, I came home and I turned that screen on and I was like, all right.
Let's pull one card for everybody.
You want to see?
Let's pull one card for everybody for the week.
Let's give Rex a shout out. Hi, Rex.
Hey, Rex.
Hey, Rex.
Rex.
Oh, Rex.
Rex. God, I can't even. I'm like so. I'm like Rex. Blah, blah, blah. Rex should be getting back soon. So
Rex, what?
Rex should be getting back soon. He was on like a little. Okay.
We should do a show with Rex.
Yeah, we definitely should.
He doesn't like to do shows with us anymore because we get him in trouble with YouTube.
Okay. So for the group, everyone from me, Goddess of the Moon, which is a great card, opening up to spiritual potential. Here we go. This is a time where these energy and astrology is like really great time to reconnect with this kind of stuff. I'm not this type of person, but you guys know what I mean. The moon, the earth, all that fun stuff, get real connected, get real spiritual, okay? And because you're lonely. There's some loneliness. There's got to weed out some bad people, new groups, new meditations, new classes, new things. It's time to do that. And it's all about coming up with a strategy. Once again, this card comes up so much right now because it is time to put into action, not put into action, strategize, get the plans rolling for when all the planets go direct. So it's a time to get things really, really like
Strategized. Don't jump into anything feet first. Get your mind right. Get your head in the game.
Yes.
Cross your T's, dot your I's. The will to win is meaningless without the willingness to prepare.
The financial constraints are about to end. This one flying out.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now I'll do a card for everybody for the week. Or I'll do for the rest of March. If you guys are anything like me, you're really happy to see this month go bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sad that I'm saying that because March is my birthday month, but it's just been it's been crazy for me. I feel like my head's been underwater for like a month.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Wow, I love it. 3 major arcana cards, but I'm really going to focus on the first one. So I have the Devil, the Universe, and the Emperor. But the first one that came up is the Devil. Now, the Devil, I actually happen to like this card because it is the most realistic, most real. It's so real because it shows us the ugly sides of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that we don't want the rest of the world to see. So these are our bad habits. This is our negative self-talk. These are the things that we tell ourselves or the things that we do when nobody else is around. It's the shadow. It's the shadow self. And it's actually nothing to fear, but it is something to acknowledge and respect because, and I think that that's what this really is give your shadow self the respect and the acknowledgement that it absolutely needs. Because you can pretend your entire life that, oh, I don't have a problem, I don't have vices, I'm fine, I'm all love and light and this and that. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to the world. There's nothing love and light about being a liar. So this really is about being honest with yourself and being gentle with yourself. We all have vices, whether you like to party too much, eat too much, you sleep around, you're lazy, or whatever your issues are. Whatever your issues are, you're not the only one in the world with those issues, and you don't have to define yourself by these impulses or the thoughts that you have. They're just thoughts and they're part of you. They're just as much a part of you as the good side. So it is quite fitting because it is the end of March. March brought up a lot for a lot of people with the astrology that went on. It shed a lot of light on the parts of ourselves that have a lot to be improved on and have a lot of work to do. So thank you guys. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you. All right, we're going to end this and don't hang up. Okay.